Recording in progress. Hey, it's the 6 members of the tribe, the 6 most consistent meditators. It's great to see you all. Happy Thursday, happy holiday, Cinco de Mayo. So it's been a topic of expectations, hopefully provocative and spicy, stimulating thought, and how we might improve our perspective. So I've got a beautiful set of rose bushes just outside the room where I write and do my music and general life stuff. And I didn't plant those roses, but and I didn't live here last year at this time, so I haven't seen the rose bushes in April and May or June. And I'm just taken aback every day because not only are there a host of roses out there, but they're all different colors. Every color that I could think a rose could be, colors that I've not seen before. And every day it's just like one after the next, multiples of them. And it's sort of like a slow motion firework, Disneyland fireworks, except it's a little slower. What I do notice, what's interesting to watch is entropy in action, because on any given day, there's a host of roses in the blooming stage. They're in the, whatever you call a small rose. I'm not much of a gardener, obviously, but in the getting ready to go stage. And then there's those that have opened up pretty far and they're quite lovely. And then there are the roses that are in full flower. They're in full flower. And I like that phrase. When something's in full flower, they've reached the peak of their expression, their beauty, their magnificence. And then there are those that are, they're just a little past the full flower stage. They're still there, but there's a couple of, a little bit of decay is showing, although barely perceptible. And then there are those which are kind of like, oh man, I am cooked. I've been in the sun too long, and they're starting to go. And then there are those that have lost a lot of petals. And then there are those that have croaked. And then there's the places where they used to be that are just empty spaces now. So my roses are teaching me a lesson, because when I look out, I can see the entire spectrum of entropy, the rise, the peak, and the fall of every material manifestation. Very much like the ocean pushes up brand new waves all the time. There's nothing, there's a little ripple, they start to rise, they begin to crest, they peak, they begin to tip over, and they crash down, and they come harmlessly into the shore over and over and over again. So what's interesting is, if I find myself paying attention more to the decayed roses, like maybe I'll look at 3 or 4 or 7 of those in a row, just for some reason. And then it's like, well, then decaying consciousness becomes more prevalent for me. Sometimes I just look at the big, glorious roses in full flower, and I just drink them in. And it's like, oh, the magnificence, the glory of all these flowers in full flower. And then I'm in that mode. I see the full expression of roseness, so to speak. Sometimes I just pay attention to the ones that are just getting ready to go. And it's like, oh, the enthusiasm, the exhilaration of youth of these young ones getting ready to go. And I can shift my attention around. Or sometimes I'll just kind of withdraw my attention back and I'll see the whole thing. It's like, wow, I can see the larger picture. There's blooming, there's peaking, and then there's decay. And then I can pull back and I can see a couple of rose bushes, and then I can pull back and I can see other plants, and then I can pull back further and I can see this rise and peak and fall of all these things. So my attention can be very granular. I can pay attention to the minutiae of external things at any particular point. I can become habituated in the decay of things, the peaking of things, the blooming of things. Nothing wrong with that. Fascinating way to look at life. But if we pin our hopes and dreams on any particular individuality of anything from the particular nature of life. It's doing one of those things. Same with our life and our relationship and our friends. This is the thing about expectation. We never know where someone's going to be or where something is going to be. Are your kids going to be happy or sad today? Is your mate going to be happy or sad today? Are you going to have a mate today or not? How's the job going? How's the stock? How's the 401k? Is it up, peaking, dropping, crashing? Where is everything? So an attention that's habituated outward to the particulars of life is really subject to a pretty turbulent ride, isn't it? There's a lot of turbulence. If you're flying from LA to Boston, you might have a really smooth ride, or man, you might get bumped around a lot. Either way, you're getting to Boston. Either way, you're going to land. And it's really a choice, is what's the nature of our attention? I don't think our attention is ever going to be permanently withdrawn within to a place of perfect, homogeneous attention on internal glory. We're aimed in that direction in our meditation, but we like to look out at things. It's the joy of life to watch the rising, peaking, and falling of things. But it's this internal cultivation of the ocean that's always pushing up new waves that gives us this calm and certain confidence that new waves are coming, new roses are coming, new plants are coming, new people are coming, new relationships are coming, new money is coming, new health, new bodies, new ideas, new creativities, new songs. I was watching a YouTube. It's like, have all the songs been written? You know, it's an available point of view, but there's an infinite number of songs, obviously, and there's an infinite number of categories of songs. This is our life. So this expectation that great good is coming, that my best days are out in front of me, that things are always working out for me, is this internally generated sense that it's the ocean always going to be pushing up. It's always spirit that's unfolding something new. And we can enjoy the whole thing. I enjoy watching the new roses. I love seeing the ones in full flower. I enjoy the dignity and the humility of the roses that are losing their petals. There's something far grander going on than the rise and the fall of things. But humans are habituated to the rise and the fall of things, which is why humans are generally habituated to a rather turbulent ride. Enjoy the whole thing. We're all getting where we're going. Great good is coming your way. You think? All right, we'll get together. I hope to see all 6 of you tomorrow for our Friday chat. I'd love to talk about this with you. I expect nothing but the best. See ya.